progress on this argument, and it's essential.
You know the rationale.
And the winner is...
Let's check in another discussions in diplomatic circles.
Channels Television.
Channels TV. Channels Television is one of the 13 independent TV stations currently broadcasting in Nigeria. It began transmission under the name Channels Television after the company was licensed in June 1993 and allocated a frequency of UHF channels 39. It now broadcasts to a well-discerning audience of over 20 million Nigerians.
I wasn't there. So the issue is what has changed.
I wasn't there too, but this is a good choice.
Iran's regional threat.
On behalf, well, the most important thing
Now, okay, for the 12th time, Channels Television, we are the winners of the Nigeria Media Merits Awards. I don't know, there's no stopping channels right now. I mean, like Femi Adefese is in the studio, basketball commentator. Femi, good to have you on this particular special day.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. If you would keep that trophy for keeps, I mean, the whole house is full already.
We're trying to create more space for
you can always
trophy
create
cabinets.
I think we should create the Hall of Fame, you know, a special place where we'll just walk into and then we'll see all the accolades channels have won.
Incredible stuff, right?
I mean, 12 just this particular award, Merit Award. I can imagine the other awards that our channels have put in the bag. It's amazing and it's well deserved. I mean, outstanding broadcasting from here. You know, everybody wants to watch channels.
Right,
you know.
right.
Not because I'm here, but that's the truth.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, since it's a sports show, I mean, let's just, do the, analogy. I mean, you know what I say in sports. When you win something, that is quite difficult, right? But to retain and retain and retain is a lot more difficult.
Absolutely right. It takes something extra. You know, and it's a credit, or it shows, championship mentality.
Right.
Because we're talking sports.
Sports,
because it's not easy. When you've won it all, you ask yourself, what else is left?
Yeah.
And for you to keep pushing yourself, keep motivating yourself to go the extra, it's like you're competing against yourself, and you can't just get any better from there. So kudos to channels, breaking new grounds, hopefully, and there's more to come, definitely.
More to come.
More to come.
Thank you.
Right. We'll continue celebrations afterwards.
That's it.
Right. Okay, let's come back.
All right, come now. We'll start with basketball, because you understand. Okay, yesterday we got a letter from the FIBA, the world governing body for basketball, concerning the fact that the dates, the usual one, it was November 30th, has been extended to February 28th. And of course, this is the reason, simply because they want to really investigate. Now, there you have, the letter that was sent, from FIBA to the Basketball Federation in Nigeria. And this letter actually stated that in reference to what was the earlier one that was, sent 26th of July, wherein FIBA set a deadline of 30th November 2017 for the stakeholders of Nigerian basketball to resolve the situation facing Nigerian Basketball Federation. This one also, they've actually reviewed and analyzed the documentation sent to it within the above deadline, and it was sent by the NOC after they had a meeting that resulted to a kind of a deadlock. So because of this, so FIBA is now saying that they've extended the deadline established in the letter that was dated 26th of July to February 28th, and also to establish a FIBA delegation that will visit Nigeria to perform a fact-finding mission.
That's very instructive.
Very fact-finding mission. So they're coming. And the findings of such mission will be reported to the FIBA Executive Committee, which will meet on the 10th of March 2018. So the FIBA delegation will be composed of, you have the different bodies, different persons that have been identified. Talking about Alphonsus Bile, that's the FIBA Executive Director, Africa. I have Mr. Lubomia Kotembla, Secretary General, and also Mr. Fode Amarakonde, FIBA Competitions Commission member. So these are the delegation that will be coming, and of course the details on everything they will notify.
This is the latest.
This is the latest
on the leadership struggle, on the leadership impasse in the Nigerian Basketball Federation. Femi, you're heavy into basketball, commentator, analyst, maybe you play the game as well. So, I mean, what do you make of all this? I mean, deadline expired. Now there's another deadline next year. FIBA, they've now decided to say, okay, we're going to come and see for ourselves. How do you, react to situations like this? Obviously, it doesn't really tell good.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good because the longer we wait for Judgment Day, the more it is, that it seems like we are still sinking in all of that mess. And for me, I see this as delayed judgment because a judgment will have to be made at the end of the day, eventually. And the big question is, what exactly is FIBA waiting for? I mean, we used 5 months to get to November from June. And, we couldn't get a solution.
We couldn't
and
resolve
then
it.
now we are giving ourselves another 3 months. I see this as FIBA just trying to play to itself in the sense that you look at what FIBA protects is the game internationally.
Correct.
And Nigeria starts the qualifiers in February.
Right.
So no decision will be made until after that. So that tells me FIBA is not particularly concerned about the internal issues of Nigeria. All they are interested in is, look, you guys, we need you to be at the qualifiers. That's what I can read from this. But it's now worrying for me because you look at the development of Nigerian basketball. What happens? I mean, the national team will have to prepare. Yeah. I'm a sponsor, for example. It will be difficult for me to put my money when I don't know who is the leader of the team. Now also the league is supposed to start in, maybe February, an usual start. Now what will happen? Their sponsors, who will they talk to? Because clearly, since there's a fact-finding mission, it clearly shows that there is no official endorsement of any of the emerging presidents. So we are
for the communication channel between the Musa Kida board, it's also going to continue.
Yeah, it will continue, and that's what will carry us through the qualifiers, which I think is what is being muted. But I think as Nigerians, if there's a way, we really need to get across to FIBA. We don't have to wait till that meeting in March. It's not going to go well because you look at this and we're asking ourselves the questions. What happens between now and then? Yes, status quo remains, but there's still the National Division 1 to be played, there's still the National Division 2 to be played. Who takes charge? Who runs it? Yes, FIBA is communicating with the KIDA-led group, but at the same time, you ask yourself, the league